All right, guys, so this week we have the Packers facing off against the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, and there have been a few issues that have come up for the Packers this week. I'm guessing you're probably aware of these. If you have been watching these videos, been following the Packers news, we are without Joe Barry. He is not going to be traveling to Green Bay. He will not be calling plays on the sidelines versus the Arizona Cardinals. Then, of course, Davante Adams, as well as Alan Lazard, both placed on the COVID-19 list, and so both of them are likely not to be able to play. Alan Lazard definitely not, and Davante Adams, I guess he could if he gets a negative test by tomorrow. He would have to fly by himself there, but it's very likely that Davante Adams as well as Alan Lazard will both not be playing for this Packers offense coming up on Thursday. And if you guys have yet to subscribe, you want to see more Packers content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. And the Packers are facing off a very, very stacked Cardinals defense, who right now is the #1 ranked scoring defense in the NFL, averaging about 16.3 points allowed per game. So the Packers without, their top 3 options, considering Davante Adams already, Alan Lazard, and then MVS has been on the IR recently. There is a chance he could come back this week, could potentially be elevated tomorrow for the game. We'll have to wait and see if that actually happens, though. So the Packers could potentially be without their top 3 wide receiver options against the best defense in the NFL. So there's definitely lots of cards currently stacked against the Green Bay Packers. But if we do take a look, the past 6 games Davante Adams missed, the Packers have been 6-0. So I think there's still definitely a chance this Packers team can get it done. It's just going to be challenging, that is for sure. I found this little stat from Acme Packing Company, a Packers blog. They said this regarding Aaron Rodgers' stats when Davante Adams is not there. They said he has around a 5-point increase in his completion percentage and averages around 60 more passing yards per game. So if you were just to say, how do you think Davante or Aaron Rodgers does when Davante Adams isn't in the game? I personally would just assume, well, he probably doesn't throw for as many yards. But that seems to be the opposite. He's thrown for about 60 yards more per game whenever Davante Adams is not in there. So basically, anytime the Packers are without their top wide receiver in Davante Adams, the Packers find a way to get the job done, and they usually spread the ball out a lot more. And of course, now without these top 3 receivers, we'll need Randall Cobb, Mari Rodgers, Equanimeous St. Brown to come through a lot in this game. Juwan Winfrey could be elevated. Malik Taylor was just activated off of the COVID IR. So there still are some weapons out there. They may not be at the same skill level as some of these other guys, but there's still guys who can get the job done. Of course, Robert Tonyan, as well as Aaron Jones. And one thing, too, I think in this game, this could be a big Aaron Jones game. If we take a look at the Cardinals' defense so far this year, even though they are the #1 ranked scoring defense in the NFL, they are the 18th best run defense, allowing 115.7 rushing yards per game. And in 4 of their 7 games, they've actually allowed the team to average more than 5 yards per carry. So considering Aaron Jones is still in this game, I think this could be a game where Aaron Jones, if we can get him going, get him rolling, obviously that opens up the passing game a little bit more. And I think the Packers could just, really rely on him in this game. Not only in the backfield, but also out there receiving. Just because of his receiving ability, I would sort of assume that the Packers would use him more out there, considering, they're without, their top 3 wide receiver options in this game. So it's definitely going to be a good test for this Packers team. And I'm curious to see, how this offense plays against a very, very stacked front, a very, very solid defense overall. Of course, J.J. Watt, they got this offseason. And then now we move to the other side of the ball, this Packers defense versus a very, very stacked Cardinals offense. Of course, this Packers defense has actually been looking pretty good these past couple weeks. It has, though, been against the Washington football team as well as the Chicago Bears with Justin Fields and Taylor Heinicke over there. So the Cardinals are definitely a different kind of beast. Those other 2 offenses are probably 2 of the worst offenses in the NFL. And this week, the Packers will be facing off against Kyler Murray in an offense that currently has the 4th best scoring offense in the NFL, averaging about 32.1 yards per game. And the thing is, with this Cardinals offense, they have so many different weapons. They have DeAndre Hopkins, who's a beast, Christian Kirk, who's been really good, A.J. Green now on this team, recently traded for Zach Ertz, and they have rookie Rondale Moore. So it's going to be a tough task for this Packers defense, especially without Jair Alexander and most potentially Kevin King as well. So we'll need Eric Stokes to step up, Rasul Douglas, Shannon Sullivan, maybe a little bit of Isaac Yiadom. And I think that's going to be the area where the Packers defense could potentially struggle, just because when you're losing, 2 of your top cornerbacks and you're facing off against a team that has so many different weapons, I just don't know how this Packers team, will be able to stop all of these guys. I hope they can find a way, but it's going to be a challenge for sure. So I think just with the fact of that, just how stacked this Cardinals offense is, how good they are, and the fact that the Packers are missing, lots of their best players on the defensive side of the ball, this could be a shootout in this game, and hopefully the Packers offense can keep the ball rolling, because I think this Cardinals team is going to put up lots of points in this one. So hopefully Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, and this Packers offense can respond when the Cardinals do put up points. And I also dropped a video earlier today on my other channel earlier this morning, sort of talking about some updates for the Deshaun Watson trade rumor situation with about a week to go till the NFL trade deadline. So if you haven't checked that out, I'll leave a link in the description down below. So feel free to check that out. But that's going to be it for this one, and I'll see you guys on the next video.